I'm curious what your response first is to this concern about local control. I think, and this, the other part of why I wanted to get one last comment from you is you're running for AG and I want you to win. You're my favorite legislator. I want you in the AG position. And I fear that when people hear this message, even, you know, Boulder Council, some of our members who have supported you would be leery or nervous. So what do you say to them that says, look, this really is in everybody's best interest and it's not going to be a harm to you, or do you have an answer to that?
You know, I'm never going to be able to alleviate the concerns that they have on the positions that I've taken against the ordinances here in Boulder. And you know, I have spoken with some members of City Council and like, man, we love you on everything else, but man, we just are not going to agree on this issue of the homeless, and that's fine. But if that's going to be their litmus test, you know, you need to support our right to criminalize the homeless population. Well, we're just going to have to go our separate ways. This isn't about politics for me, guys. It's always about people first. It's not about the party, and it's not about politics. And I don't think I've ever seen a line in the sand from Boulder City Council members when it comes to being supportive of each other. But if they did draw that line in the sand saying, you know, we're not going to support you as AG because you might come after us in your position to get rid of you know, our ordinance, then so be it. Okay, that's fine. Because it's, you know, how many people do you have on City Council?
9 here. Yeah.
So that's 9 votes, right? But then there's the rest of people in the city and county of Boulder, and that's who I would be going out to, and to look for support. See, you know, politicians are very unique individuals. They think that they're the gatekeepers to their electorate, and in some ways maybe they are, right? But by and large, you know, people are pretty doggone smart. Voters are pretty savvy, and well, our kinds of voters are pretty savvy. A leader stands up during times of controversy, right? And that's when you see your leaders, is when they put everything on the line, and when they know that it may not be politically expedient, but they're out there and they do it. We don't have those kinds of leaders anymore. I was a political activist just like you before I became a legislator. I saw it happen in the legislature in 2006 when Democratic-controlled legislature enacted really heinous anti-immigration legislation. And we sat down with those Democrats and said, don't do this. Don't do it. It's going to hurt communities. And they said, well, you know, we're nervous about this whole, you know, anti-immigration fervor, so we think that we need to do something about it too. And then it took myself and Senator Ulibarri and Representative Duran and a few others to come in 2012 and 13 to wipe out most of that, because we learned that what we already knew is it was bad. But people took that, Democrats took that position in 2006 because they were scared. They didn't hold fast. They didn't draw a line. They didn't say this stops right here and right now. They said, oh, we want to make sure we keep the House and the Senate, so we're going to draw this line in the Senate. And guess what? They lost the Senate anyway. And then later on, they lost the House. And so what's it mean to be a progressive in 2017? It means that you're not afraid of losing your position. You're not afraid of losing your seat. And you're just looking forward to supporting the people. That's what it means to be a progressive in 2017. And that's how I've always operated. They almost took me out in 2014. Republicans almost took me out of my seat. I won by 221 votes. 221. And they said, watch, when Salazar comes back in 2015, he's going to moderate. Oh no, I charged even harder. I charged even harder. And then I won by 12 points in 2016. And when you lead from a position of humanity, people will come out and vote because now they got something to vote for.